Good morning. Welcome to Mighty Ox Trading. Sorry I'm a couple minutes late this morning, but I am here. Let's try and find some good trades. We'll check the overnight, see how things did. Give me just one moment here as I bring up the stream on my phone. Keep an eye on it there, or try to. There we go. Okay. So overnight, we saw everything rise basically almost from the open. NASDAQ 340 point range so far, all just basically straight up. The S&P 100 points. Wow. No, not 100 points. My eyes are deceiving me. Sorry. It's 70 points. Try that. That's better. 70 points. Copper shot up here. It says a 180 tick range. Gold's been kind of snaky up and down. See it came down, went up, gave it almost all back, and regained it all in about a 12-point range. UltraBond, only about a 1-point range. Not much movement there. Crude oil, still recovering last week's losses. A little over a 2-point range. Natural gas, coming down here right now. It's low as its opening candle. About a 1.5 range there. The Russell, also mostly straight up, just like the other indices. About a 44-point range. So everything moving pretty well overnight. I traded last night on live stream and I'm down a few bucks to start the morning. Last night things are kind of like really slow. I was in a gold trade that I lost, but I was in it for I don't know, almost like an hour. Copper has been coming down recently here. As you can see, a little over 2 hours ago, has come down since. I don't know, we'll just look for some opportunities. Am I looking okay out there? Wow, why is my bit rate so high? So now I'll hope for some good morning. Let's see, what's Bitcoin doing? So Bitcoin came all the way up to 51,640. I'm watching that just because I have a little bit of interest there. I haven't checked out Tesla lately. See, NASDAQ did give us a short signal here earlier. Right as I was coming on. Pull back. So we'll watch to see if it gets below that level there. 127. First resistance. This swing low earlier here at 113. See there, that's a pretty good resistance point there. And we've checked that gold signal in a minute. You can see we've been in this range here now for almost 2 hours, about an hour and a half really. We're right in the middle of that range between 113 and 145. So let's see what that gold signal was. Gold's kind of rangy. This 17, you see these lines I drew out last night? Right here, let's see here. Let's go back in time. This is where I took the loss. Came up, finally broke resistance, came up, and then just whooshed down. And then it just continued down for a long time, and then continued back up for a long time. So, yeah, I do have a short signal here. You can see the last two shorts did not pan out. Came down, back up, came down, back up. So I'm hesitant on that short signal. We are on an uptrend overall. Strong downtrend all of a sudden on the UltraBonds, are not strong, but 7 red candles in a row. Copper showing green. It did give me this buy signal back here. Want to see it get back above this area here. It's about 5 ticks away. Oh, okay, so copper is bumping right up against that resistance area I pointed out here earlier, right at 437.20. It's now sneaked above it. It's not the strongest of signals. I'm gonna take a chance here. See if we can get filled on this. We're filled and up a tick. Down 2 ticks. See, this last buy signal didn't work much. Got a couple ticks. This one, we'll see. If I gotten it right at that buy signal, we would already be up a couple ticks, like 5, 6, 7 ticks. So I did wait to get above that resistance, that last swing high. Oh yeah, there. Now you can see the chart. Sorry about that. Back down to below, a tick below. Try to look here. This is the major resistance. Next one's right there. You see it struggled there, coming down. Tried to come back up. That's a good ways away. Right now we're down 2 ticks. Hopefully it's just a pullback before it goes. I do like that we have uptrending bands. We have uptrending SMA line. We're above the SMA line. Let's see where this goes. Not a lot of volume. We're about 10 minutes away, or 12 minutes away from the top of the hour. We might see more volume come in. Not a lot of volume at all here right now. 6 on that last candle, 4 on the, I mean, the 2 candles ago, 4, 9 now, as we drop down another tick. thumb's a bit thicker on the ask side than the bid side. Excuse me, which doesn't give me a lot of hope here. Gold. 6 tick buy candle here, but pull back again. Down 4 tick, 5 tick, 6 ticks. So looks like this is going to end up being a dud. My stop loss is at 10 ticks. We're down 5. Yeah, last night on stream, I entered 4 trades. I won 3 of them and still ended up down. My 3 big winners were smaller than my 1 loser. That's never a sign of success. Right now, it looks like the magic I had last week is worn off. Russell. Russell trying to head up here. Down 8 ticks now, 2 ticks away from my stop loss. UltraBond giving us a short signal. Copper is going to try to torture me like gold did last night. Back down only being... Never mind. That was a nice little pop up there, and all of a sudden, boom, back down. one tick away from being stopped out. It's actually giving us an opposite signal, but we do have uptrending bands. It's our last saving grace. Huh? Natural gas. Signal but sideways. Nothing here is really giving us any follow through right now. Just the problem I had last night. Maybe I need to start trading overnight because we saw the great trends last night, overnight, but right now it's not giving us any of that. Back to being one tick from being stopped out. See that short signal over there? Oops. It's not going down without a fight, but I don't expect this to, I don't expect this to end well. Yep, there we go. There I got stopped out. $125 loss. That's the start of the morning. Now down 157 on the day. So did I make any mistakes on that trade? Well, first of all, let's look at the prior moves that copper's made recently. This would have been a winner. This would have been a loser. And of course, this ended up being a loser. Now now I guess the caveat here is I waited until it broke resistance, and it broke and didn't stay broken. Came back down. If I gotten in here, right on the buy signal, I would still be getting close to stopped out. But I mean, I could have gotten 7 ticks out of it and closed it if I would have wanted to. But we did see, we had a long downtrend. So it looks like it might want to continue going down overall. So maybe I should have jumped in on that short when it fired. But we'll see. We're staying out of copper for now. Okay, 8 o'clock on the East Coast. Let's see if we get some additional volume here. Big flush down on the crude right here at the top of the hour. Gold, short signal down. Oh, copper, big move down. So the short signal would have worked. We do have a buy signal here on NASDAQ. Big move here. Ah. In on NQ. Went in with a full size and hopefully it wasn't a mistake instead of a micro. Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting to show you guys the charts. So there you see my full size my full size NASDAQ already down $55. Oh man. Wow. Immediately reject it. This is not going to be a good day. Yep. It's going to stop me out. Stop me out. $200 loss. Holy crap. Oh man. Okay, so looks like trading's not going to go my way today. I'm probably going to just sit here and watch the markets. So I'm frustrated right now. Last night I had two NASDAQ trades that I took on micros that worked. This one decides not to work. I immediately head down to, I'm down $357 on the day and giving away 1/3 of my week last week. Of course, copper would have worked for me if I had taken that trade, but I didn't. I really look good there on the Nasdaq. I don't know. I guess I shouldn't have just jumped in there on the top of the hour candle. I don't know. You can see nothing's really had followed through in the past little bit, kind of like copper. Copper trying to come back up. Big 19 point candle and a 19 tick candle there. Treasury bonds going down. Another trade I missed. I'm letting my frustration show through here, and I might end up ending this stream short if I can't get myself in a better mindset. Nasdaq trying to come back up now. Gold is a buy signal. We see that gold has struggled right at this resistance area. You can see all the way back here. It's come up but not been able to break through. nearing that high of the day. High of the day is 85.5. We're at 84.2, so I mean, near is a relative term. You see Nasdaq's been in this tight range here for the past few hours. Crude, try to come up through a downtrending SMA line. Everything looks choppy. You see this, the choppiness since I got stopped out on that NQ. Waiting to see whether or not it gives us any more opportunities. This opportunity on the bonds, missed this one on copper. Took a Nasdaq that didn't work out. Took a copper that didn't work out. So they're sitting in a hole. This is where I struggle with my psychology. Definitely need to adjust my Nasdaq strategy. I shouldn't have went in with a full mini there. Should have went in with like 5 micros. That would have been a half a loss. I'm gonna try and get it where I limit the loss of any one trade to somewhere around $100 to $125. I think 150 at the most. Everything's sideways. Looks like nothing's gonna give me anything this morning right now yet. We are still that a little over an hour to the opening bell. Natural gas giving me a signal. I've still never traded that in the gauntlet. That's been in a long downtrend as well. So you gotta wait for the proper entry. Now, if you look at crude here in the upper right hand corner, it gave us a signal, but we had a downtrending SMA line. Oftentimes they'll hang here. So far this one hasn't hung. It's gone about 7 ticks. Looks like uh, indices are trying to crawl back up. Got in at 135 on that last NQ trade. Eh, hit a low of 121, so it only came down 14 points. Everything's staying within a range right now. Which really just doesn't give us opportunities. Looks like the bonds want to continue heading downward. ES giving us a buy, but again, we see ES has been in this range as well. Short-term range is the last big swing high. Tried to get above it there and reject it right back. Just starting to reject off that level as well. So you want to see it break out of this tight range that it's in before we really take anything. Copper, again, copper's continuing to head downward. We see gold flirting with this support line I drew. Trying to come down, it looks like. But we've seen that it came down hard here and reversed. We have another resistance area not too far down right here. Our support area. As that continues sideways, ES bounced off that resistance. UltraBond showing a buy signal, but we have strong trending. Excuse me. Strong downtrending SMA line, strong downtrending bands. So we'll need to see it get above there. Gold, of course, decided to flush down here and finally broke all that resistance. I just wasn't a part of it. I ever feel like today's gonna be frustrating. It's already frustrating. So it did break the resistance like I looked for, and then moved down real quick. Copper giving us a short signal here. Trying to decide whether or not it wants to continue to go down. This is where I get skittish after taking a couple of losses and then don't take opportunities. We can see here, copper, this looked a very good short signal and I didn't take it. It's already down 9 ticks and continuing to fall. I gotta get back into the proper mindset. The only way to recover losses is to take trades. Gold's continuing to fall here. I guess I have this resistance line drawn out from way back here. When I say way back, like it was yesterday. Well, it was, yeah, yesterday. No, what's the day today? Yeah, yesterday. Yesterday afternoon. So you see gold here on that move down that just caught me totally off guard, which it shouldn't have because I had drawn out that support and resistance. It fell almost half of its range of the day. Had been, hit its high back here right at 7 a.m. and has fallen since then 6.5 points, and is now only 2 points above its low of the day, and it's still coming down. Ooh, big pop up there. Wow. Nasdaq is trying to push back up again. There's the buy signal on Nasdaq. I do have a chart ready. Now you see it's back at that resistance area, or the same area that we had earlier. It hit a high of 136. We're at 132. And the previous swing high was 142. So this time we're going to go in micros. If we go in, do you have a chart up? You see it pull back, and the signal did go away. Copper, this would have been a winning trade if I had taken it. I got once bitten, twice shy. Fortunately, my shyness there cost me, as that's gone 30 ticks plus. There was no reason not to take that trade. Crude oil. Looks like it's heading downwards. NQ. It's flirting here with that signal. Rejects. Hit that same level. It's trying again, but right now this isn't giving me confidence. Did send a buy signal there. We're going in. I don't know, maybe it was a mistake. I'm gonna probably close this trade out. Uh, Russell and ES. Ooh, both rejected down. That's not a good sign. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, there we go. Well, that 141 resistance area that it's butting up against. Oh, broke through there. And oh, look at this go. Now we got something going in our favor. Now we're cooking with gas. pulling back. I should have took the ticket. Okay, wow. So big rejection there. I should have closed it out quicker. So we only got about a $16 win there. That's frustrating too. Even a win is frustrating. Gold's continuing to go down. New low of the day for gold. Wow, we only got like $11 off of that NQ trade. Still down 346. That's really frustrating. It's coming back up now, so my trailing stop stopped me out. Let's see what it does. It's one of those mornings where nothing wants to go my way. Yeah, Nasdaq's gonna continue to go up here. Yes, really didn't though. Yes, rejected, came back down. So it's the Russell. Nasdaq's going on its own right now. You see it's been in this, if you look at the 5-minute chart here, you see it's been in this tight range since it hit that high of the day and rejected down. So looking to try and break out of that range. UltraBond is heading up now. Yep. So you see Nasdaq came down, stopped me out at my trailing stop, and is now back above the high of that candle there. Looks like it's gonna try and continue to go up. Sometimes that trailing stop can be a nuisance because this is now gone from my entry point of 12 points. Copper sending me a buy signal, but we have a strong downtrending SMA line. Gold continuing to make new daily lows. Nasdaq. The bonds broke this SMA line. Give us this buy signal back here. Well, let me blow that up for you guys. Give us a buy signal back here, but it was below the SMA line. It hugged the SMA line and broke it. This should have been my entry. This would have given us our 7 ticks plus. So we see Nasdaq continuing to go. Just not my morning, I tell you. I mean, came down, stopped me out, and then continued to go. And if I entered this on a regular mini like I did that first one, this would have gone already up 20 points. That would have totally erased my debt for the day. Gold, of course, broke that resistance I pointed out and continued to go down. That's going down now since I was looking. I mean, well, since this short signal here, it's gone down 7 points. So that's $700. So I have the ability to dig out of this. I just got to actually have things not work against me. UltraBond went here, so there's missed opportunities this morning. I did get a little shy after those 2 losses. ES, that's an interesting move right there, and that would have stopped me out because I haven't really uh, found anything. I wouldn't have gotten into this. Well, wait, the buy signal is here, so let's see. Right, yeah, a 2-point stop loss would have stopped me out. 2.5 wouldn't have. It's also not really going up real far. This would have been giving me heartburn about this time. Like we always do about this time. And it's natural gas. That's going nicely there, you can see. Excuse me. Definitely making new lows here on gold. Daily lows. Let's see. Still only giving back 2 days. So platinum also heading down. I don't know if there's news that caused this drop, because we saw the drop kind of in copper as well. Here we're watching this in copper. This is, I talked about this move. If you look at the UltraBond here, buy signal below the SMA, hugged the SMA line down, and finally broke up, and which would have given us profit. Now, copper's giving us that same kind of signal. Buy signal below the SMA, rode it down. So we're going to watch to see if it can break above to give us an entry. Oops, sorry, did not mean to hit the mic. I'm so talented that I'm answering questions on the Earn to Trade Discord while live streaming my trading. Of course, there's nothing going on right now. We are about 45 minutes from the bell. I need to get a bell sound. Right now, where everything's kind of sideways, nothing's giving out. But here, copper has gotten above this SMA line, but we have still have strong downtrending Bollinger Bands. So we're looking for those bands to like straighten out before we really consider that move. Crude oil sending us a signal. You see, it's kind of up and down, riding this almost sideways SMA line, showing some strength there. Let's see where our resistance is back here. About 55, so we're only 7 ticks under. Last buy signal did not really work well. See it here. Only came up about 9 ticks. I mean, but ES coming back down. Ooh, natural gas is really going up. Let's check that. Wow, look at that. It broke the SMA on the 5 minute and then just went boom. I guess I shouldn't say boom on natural gas, but that's up $600 in the last 15 minutes. It did make a new low back here, and since then it's just boomed, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, like $1,200 up, one per contract. So that's pretty impressive. Very, very impressive. Very. Not that it's helping me any right now, but hey. Crude gave us this buy signal, pulled back by 8 ticks, and now we have an 11 tick candle. Just not sure. Nothing's following through. It's still kind of sideways. I mean, it's looking like it wants to push up, but we are 10 minutes away from where we see some wackiness with the energies at 9 o'clock. So I'm a little hesitant. Copper's sideways now. Everything's sideways. You see the bands are sideways, the SMA line's sideways, and things are just moving sideways. Nasdaq's getting below its SMA line. Came up to meet it. It's been sideways now for the past 10 minutes or so. Just looking for our next opportunity. ES. Okay, so we're seeing some short signals coming in here. And Q also sending us short. Gold's trying to come back up from its low. You see the short here on the Nasdaq bending the bands. Bands are at 90, like a 90-degree downward bend, which is unusual. See, copper's now continuing to try and move up a few ticks. Bonds give us a short signal in the uptrending bands. Fortunately, copper's not going to give us another signal. Well, let me check the 2-minute. It has not given us a signal in the 2-minute yet. Looks like that would be at 434.45. And we're at 15. Wow, that's a still pretty, big move up. So the question is, do I think it's going to go up? This is where I wish copper had a micro, because I'll go on a micro or two here. Oh, hi, John. Sorry, didn't see you there. I had my that screen up over my chat. How you doing this morning, John? Yep. Nasdaq is looks like it's gonna drop. Oh, excellent job, John. My morning's not going so well. Safe travels, John. Be careful. So I'm looking for a couple good trades. Gold's trying to send me a buy signal. That strong downtrend, I'm not sure about it. Nasdaq, looks like I missed an opportunity there. I always hesitate on signals like this where something comes up and then it just, I mean, it's immediately giving back all the gains of this up move. And I usually you don't see that. Usually, I mean, we did have a little bit of consolidation, But I mean, you have the bands here at an acute angle, and usually you don't see right in acute angles that often. It's more of these, general curviness. So this would have been an excellent, entry here on the Nasdaq. I mean, I'm saying excellent. It's only gone 11 points so far, but it's looking like it wants to go further. We'll see what it does. We are just about at 9 o'clock. Yeah, now we're at almost just about the 15 points that I'm looking for. Do I thank everyone for joining me as we approach the opening bell in about a half an hour? Please feel free to say hi in the chat. Been very quiet this morning. Uh, Ask questions, make statements, make fun of my losses this morning. Okay, so see the top of the hour did bring us crude down. Although this buy signal on back here would have ended up being decent, would have given us 18 ticks. I would have taken that. But now we're seeing this short signal at top of the hour. I don't think there's actually a pit anymore in the mercantile exchange, but this is when the oil pit used to open. So I still think that there's something to that because you always see a little bit of wildness in oil right at 9 o'clock hour. Nasdaq's trying to curl up. Copper completely sideways right now. Tight bands. Bonds continue to move down. So you can see actually, this is why I've started liking the UltraBond. You can see here, this gave us, oops, wrong chart. This gave us 7, this gave us 7, this gave us 7. Wouldn't have taken that, wouldn't have taken that, wouldn't have taken that. Probably would have taken that, so that one would have failed. Maybe not, because it's uptrending bands. This one looks like would have gave us 7. Let's see. It would have. And coming down here, well, this all been one move. This one would have given us 7 if we had, it would have stopped us out if we got in right here, I think. No, it would not have. And it would have given us 7. And now this one would have given us 7. So 1, 2, 3 straight signals, 4 straight signals that would have worked. This we would not have taken this buy signal. Would have taken that one. Well, why would we have taken that one versus this one? There's just no volume here for some reason compared to here. You've seen the candles actually had some depth to them, whereas these were just dashes. This I wouldn't have taken because of the strong uptrending. Well above, same thing here. And this was, I would have waited to see if it could have got above the recent high. So, Ultra bonds have been giving us decent signals that I just haven't been taking. Don't judge me. Kappa trying to push down again. So that's interesting. Copper's come down here. This worked obviously. This one would have worked obviously. Now it's sending me another short signal. Is it really going to come down more? It's unusual. It's been coming down since way back here. This would have worked. That obviously would have worked. These kind of failed, but I don't know. Let's look at the longer chart, 5-minute chart. It's still not near its low, which was way back here last night. Hit this high, 439.25. And it's fallen 150, 100 ticks. I hate trying to do math. 120 ticks. Excuse me, women. Okay. Oh, hello, Vincent. I used to be from Pennsylvania. Hoping to get back there. Mainly for entries, I'm looking, first of all, I use the super trend. So I look at these signals that it sends me. And then I just look at where things are compared to the Bollinger Bands, the S and the SMA line, and sometimes the EMA line. Um, like if I'm looking here at the NQ, this buy signal I wouldn't have taken because it's into the bands. Actually, I did take that buy signal and I shouldn't have because it was into the bands. Anyway, that was one of my losses. But I look at if I look at support and resistance as well. Like sidewaysness here. This would have been a good buy signal. I would have taken this. Or I did take this going up. Got a little bit of a wing. Got stopped out on a trailing when this came back. But like here, this is another good signal. So I kind of look at the SMA line where it's at. I won't go against the trend usually. So let me find a good example here. I didn't take this one right here. If you see this buy signal here, the SMA line was coming down, so I would have waited. The better entry would have been here, where it did finally break, and that would have also given me that 7 ticks I'm looking for there, instead of going against the trend downward bands that's going to bump up against. That's my strategy is very simple, and the stats show it works. I just don't take enough trades. Whereabouts in Pennsylvania, Vincent? Gold's finally broke out of that malaise it was in here. This buy signal would have ended up being good. Eh, I expected this pullback, so I didn't take this. And I really wasn't paying attention. It came up above. Uh, This candle, I wouldn't have been sure about. It pulled back. I should have got in right here or here once it started showing the momentum. This was a. This right here is a 3.5 point move that I could have got. Oh wow, I used to be from Reading. Born in Easton and lived in Reading and Berks County for a good portion of my life. One of my goals for trading is to get enough money to move back there permanently. Maybe not to Reading itself, but somewhere in that area. So gold, big move, big nice move here on gold. The entry, I mean, the following the super trend here would not have been, would not have stopped me out. I don't think. Let's plot it out. I wouldn't have because of still the downtrending bands and expected to pull back. But yeah, normally this time of day I'm running a 2.5 point stop loss, and a 3.5 point profit target. So this would have been an easily good trade. Crude gave us a signal. Not sure what it go. It's butting up against, but we have the downtrending SMA line, so I want to see that flatten out first. Nasdaq's continuing to go down. We're about 16 minutes from the bell. I usually don't take many trades or any trades too close to the bell, at least not in the indices or the bonds, as the open can be kind of wild. Did I answer your question, Vincent? Did you have any other questions? And are you a active trader, trading in an evaluation, sim trading? What's your status? We see that this NQ would have given me the 30 points I'm normally looking for at this time of day, which is kind of a bummer that I didn't take that trade. Cool. You doing a evaluation or are you funded there, Vincent? Buy signal on crude, downtrending bands, downtrending SMA line makes me sit out. We see natural gas trying to come back up. It hit a high over here of 3,780. We're about 10 ticks below that level right now. You want to see it head back above. Looks like the indices are definitely pulled back big time here. S&P ES has lost 5 points since this signal. We've seen 30 points off the NASDAQ. The Russell down 5 points as well. Bonds. Just, let's see, 22 down to 14. So this short signal in the bonds would have again would have given us 7 ticks. Just what I look for. I didn't even notice that signal. Ipsy. Excellent. Lilu can be tough in the evaluation because of that constant drawdown. All right, hey Jay, how you doing? Why are you ready to lose it, Jay? Buy signal on the UltraBond. Downtrending SMA line again. See the last buy signal bounced off the SMA and came back down. So we want to see it get above the SMA and everything kind of straighten out before we'll consider that. Uh, I'm not having a good morning, so I'm just kind of watching right now. I'm not looking to enter into anything at the open. I don't know. The market tends to overreact to bad news, so it tends to, you know, ricochet back. It overreacts to bad news and then comes back up some. I mean, we're still down 700 points or so off of the all-time highs on the Nasdaq. Um, December is also historically a good month, usually a positive month. So we do have an FMOC meeting next week. So I think that's going to be a big indicator of which way the market wants to go with whatever they decide the meeting. Copper's finally breaking out of this malaise. Let's see, it was give us this buy signal here, pulled back, got above. I thought it was breaking out here, pulled back below, came up, pulled back down. Now it looks like it wants to finally head upwards. Hoping to find a couple good trades yet. Uh, get myself out of the hole that I've dug. Hey, watch what you call me there, Jay. Yeah, I'm down 350 bucks. $200 loss on Nasdaq. $25 loss on copper, and I had a $50 carryover from last night of a loss. So has not been a good day yet. Now we are seeing a buy signal here on the Nasdaq. Again, we're about a little more than 5 minutes from the open, and so When it comes to playing the open, I think Warren Buffett could come and tell me to take a trade 5 minutes before the open, and I wouldn't. Everything's kind of just blah. So we did get this. We're getting this buy signal 5 minutes before the open. I did have a theory a while back, a couple weeks ago, that the signal right before the open is the way the market tends to go. So, oh, the buy signal went away. So we'll see how that theory runs out. See if it contains this long signal. Copper's continuing to go up. That would have been a good trade to get into. Russell. So we did get this buy signal. So let's see if we end up going positive once. Natural gas. Trying to pull back. Remember I said with this buy signal I didn't want to take it unless it got above that previous swing high, and it did not. And rejected. We are 2 minutes from the bell. Since his entry here on NASDAQ would have gone up 7 points. See if that continues to head up as the bell rings. For whom the bell tolls. 178. What the heck's 178, Jay? Why 178? Back here from the third? No. What's 178, Jay? We'll watch it. Here we go. 25 seconds to the bell. Oh, okay. That's interesting because 178 hasn't been seen in a little while, a few days. Okay, there's the bell. Big moves positive. Wow. Yep. Well, I shouldn't say wow. I mean, it's 15 points so far. Sometimes these candles look better than they actually are. I say wow in comparison. So big move up so far. 18 points, 16 points so far in NASDAQ. ES just a point so far. Did come up, now turning red. Pull back here. Let's see if it sustains it. Definitely seeing, looks like it wants to stay green, which was, again, that last signal we got before the open. I definitely need to start tracking that more. But it is kind of, it's struggled here twice now. Big wicks down on these two 1-minute candles, and now we're red on this candle. So far, only a net gain of about 11. S&P net gain of only about 2 points. S&P trying again here. Let's see what everything else is doing. Quick. Gold said, what open? Wow, okay. Copper is continuing to try and move upwards. UltraBond really didn't react to the open as well. Crude, big 20 tick candle up. Natural gas didn't care. S&P's and the Nasdaq and the Russell going up very well here. That Russell been a good signal to grab. So now we are seeing some positive move up. Ooh, yeah, big move here now. So now we're up 30 points on this 5-minute candle since the open. It's about 20 points away from its daily high. Pull back here a little bit. Still up 25 points since the open. On the Nasdaq, ES is still going strong, up 9 points. 35 points, 40 there. It's really close to that high of the day now. The high of the day was kind of an anomaly. You see, it just came up, wicked up, and came right back down. 167.25. It's already above the secondary high of the day at 154, but it's pulled back now to 156. Still up now 40 points since the open. That buy signal on the 1 minute chart would have been an excellent entry. The one that came 5 minutes before that actually looked kind of weak. If I had entered there at 108, I would be up 50 points right now. S&P bounced off its high of the day. It's trying a second time. NASDAQ just broke its high of the day. Now up to 175. A little bit of a pullback here. Now back below that previous high of the day. Big pullback on the NQ. 25-point pullback. Getting a short signal on the 1 minute. They both made a new high of the day, ES and NQ, and then rejected. Let's look at our other things. Gold is kind of trying to grind up here. Copper's continuing its move upwards to infinity and beyond. Crude kind of sideways. And then natural gas kind of sideways. Copper pulling back here. Uptrending SMA line. NASDAQ bleeding. Trying to get back all its gains since the open. That's interesting. This was the opening candle, up 37 and 3/4. Next candles were down 21. So the market's trying to decide direction. I'm tending to think it wants to go positive, but as of right now, I'm not sure. You really don't want to buy us. Ooh, big. So, oh yeah. First, try that again. We see this move down here on copper. This did break through. Strong move down through that uptrending SMA line. It's down about 8 ticks. The Russell hasn't had that pullback. Nice bounce off the SMA on the 1 minute chart for the NASDAQ. Still 30 points off that high from 5 minutes ago. And coming back down. Ooh, big pullback as well here on the UltraBond. UltraBond came up nicely. And I think made a new high of the day, actually. Oh, no, it didn't. UltraBond's had a tight range today of only about 1 point. S&P trying to come up. Looks like S&P is a new daily high. Yep. So S&P showing a little more strength here than the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ's trying as well. We do have a 17-point candle, 5-minute candle here. It's flirting with a buy signal. Oh, pulling back again. So, I mean, we're seeing up, down, up, down. With the NASDAQ. ES has had a more sustained move upwards. Excuse me. Bitcoin back above 51,000. Let's see what Tesla's doing. Tesla USD. There's a crypto called Tesla. I don't believe that. Anyway, stock Tesla. Whoa, those are some interesting candles. Look at those candles. What the heck caused that? Anyway, Tesla is up to, oh, only 1037. Pre-market high of 1048. Looks like it dropped big time yesterday. It was down near 1,000. Oh, it dropped below 1,000 yesterday. Wow, it dropped all the way down to 950 yesterday. So Tesla's trying to come back too. So it notice it's kind of doing similar that the Nasdaq's doing. Oop, nah. And as I wasn't watching, Nasdaq just burst through its high of the day. Yep, it is back. Guess who's back in town? Now it's a buy signal here. Do I want to take it? Do I want to take it? Jay, do I want to take it? Quick rejection down. Taking one micro. Gold showing a short. Definitely fluctuating. Oh yeah. There we go. There's my chart in on one micro Nasdaq. Only a 10-point stop. I used the wrong parameters, but whoa, it's moving fast. It's moving on up. It's moving on up. I wish I had taken a regular Nasdaq, a regular mini instead of the micro. Okay, I did get a win there, but I wish I had taken a regular instead of a micro. It's about a $24 win. I took a regular earlier, and that was the one I lost on. Took $200 loss. I've now taken 3 straight trades on micro that won, and I've taken one on regular and lost, and that's frustrating. Yeah, I agree. It's kind of sideways here again now. So I'm slowly chipping away at that deficit. Not fast enough. If I had taken the last two MNQ trades as regular trades, the deficit would be gone. I really need to figure out. I'd love to figure out a strategy where every trade I enter, I risk somewhere between 100 and 150. That $200 risk on a regular NQ is just too much. But I'm not sure I can come up. Well, I mean, if I use micros, I can. It looks like Nasdaq's looking like it's continuing to try and grind up. As is S&P. We're a new daily high here of 196. S&P new daily high. You can't see commission in Ninja Trader, but I'm on live commission, so it's somewhere around a little bit under $2 round trip for one. Nasdaq's trying to get back up to 16,200. Copper sending me a signal. Copper sending me a buy signal. Interesting here. This is one of those that you just don't know. You can see how everything is horizontal. Bands horizontal, SMA horizontal, even the ATR lines horizontal, and you just don't know if this is going to continue to go up to its previous high, previous swing high here, or is it just going to dud out. This is where you just get kind of like, I don't know. So ultra bonds are also moving up. It's unusual for bonds and the indices to move in the same direction this strongly. I think now, now bonds are hitting their hot new high of the day. Gold's rebounded from that major flash crash earlier, sideways, about the middle of its range now. Copper's about the middle of its range. S&P, nice smooth move up. Russell, nice smooth move up. And Nasdaq. So everything's now nicely moving. This is, if I hadn't been using that trailing stop, this is why, I fight myself with trailing stops or where to place them. I would still be in this trade, and this trade's up now. If I got in here, didn't get myself stopped out, if I just kept my stop where it normally was at and didn't trail it, this would be up 40 points. These are the things I fight myself on because, when I'm charting out those wins and losses, I really don't chart out trailing stops. Do want to thank everyone for joining me this morning as we approach the 10 o'clock hour on the East Coast. Please feel free to say hello in the chat. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Any statements? Just tell me what you're trading or if you're trading. Sim, Gauntlet. Copper. So, like I said, this copper, you just don't know. And it did come up right, right up to that same level before off this buy signal. 433.35. It's up to 436 now. So that's 13 ticks. Should have been a nice win, but it's right at this thing. You gotta see if it double tops or if it just blows through. So that would have ended up being a very good trade if I had entered. This just isn't my morning. Everything I think to enter just doesn't go my way, and everything I do enter doesn't work out the way I hoped. Definitely the magic from last week has worn off. Oh yeah, I know. I like forward progress, and I hate it when forward progress stops. UltraBond pulling back, uptrending, SMA line, uptrending Bollinger Bands. Sideways a bit now on Q. Is it resting before it goes up higher? Well, maybe. Let's look at that, Jay. Well, those are kind of a. Uh, let's look back in time here. I mean, yes, you're right. We've constantly gone up, but of course, this was the COVID crash. Some of these dips can be pretty hard. Like this is back in 2018 when you see this huge 1,500 point dip. So yeah, and it lasted 2 months. So yeah, there's always positive momentum, but some of these dips can be pretty harsh. Uh, yeah, like here back in August, the 15. So yeah, obviously, if you just buy and hold forever or whatever, yeah, you're almost guaranteed to see it go up. But some of these dips can be pretty tough. I'm trying to see if this goes all the way back to the. Yeah, here's the probably the biggest dip you've ever seen back during the crisis of 07, 08. I mean, granted, we were only at 2,000 then. We're at 16,000 now, but it dropped, it lost half its value. I'm not sure it could still lose half its value, but if it did lose half its value now, that would be harsh. A metaphor for life, huh? Gold giving us a buy signal. We're still in this tight range. Wanted to get above 78, sorry, 1782.8 or 81.8 right now. So UB now giving us a signal. Trying to come back up. Good chance of a double top here, then it might flush back down. We are just right around its high of the day. Crude pulled back. Trying to come. Crude hit its high of the new high of the day. So crude now has a more than a 2.5 point range today. Pretty much straight up all day. Well, I shouldn't say all day. Came up here, pulled back, just burst through that new high. We see the markets taking a breath now. Natural gas has been sideways in a range. Crude UltraBond is giving us a buy signal. Not sure what this white line was. What's that white line? Let's see. All the way back there. Resistance points. Should be a way to mark those. Uh, so our previous high here was 201.14. We're at 201.12. So if it breaks above there, that's a bullish sign. Looks like our next resistance is about 201.21. So you can see here in the NASDAQ, uh, the last three, well, actually, this is why I frustrated myself with hesitating. I did take that loss on the NASDAQ earlier here, and then I looked at it, and it's like it's my own fault. I didn't even realize we were in the band. I was in the bands. It was a bad trade to take. But since then, this would have given me 20 points. This would have given me 30. This would have given what's 14 to 77? 63. This one I wouldn't have taken. Pull back into the SMA line. And then this one so far, 64 up to 41 is like 75 points. So the last four signals that I would have taken after this loss would have all worked. And we did get one. This one I did take this one, but then I let the trailing stop take me out. So this one loss basically spooked me from taking these others to the point. I mean, this one happened right before the open, and I don't like to trade the open. But maybe I need to start trading the open at least with a micro and giving it a shot. Now see, and one of the things you got to be careful of. I am sitting down on the day, and I really like to find something to take to try and get that back. But you don't want to force it and then end up making your losses worse. Tesla's continuing to try and come up, just like Nasdaq is. So S&P's trying to curl back up. Didn't even touch the SMA line, but now coming trying to continue to show strength. NQ just made another new high today. Just tickled that SMA line and then popped back up. Gold. Gold's pulling back here. See if it continues to do that. It's sending us a short signal. We're about 5.5. I'm sorry, 5 ticks away from this resistance. You can see this is an interesting area because struggle coming up here before going a little higher. So let's see if it comes down. Our last couple signals here on gold all have failed. This would have failed. This failed. Well, I mean, failure is a relative term because uh, this would have gave 6 ticks. This would have gave 10 ticks. So scalping this would not have been a failure. But S&P continue to make new daily highs. Nasdaq doing the same. So it looks like it's going to grind up here. So I was right. I just didn't follow my instinct, but I said that it looked like we wanted to head up, and that's exactly what we're doing. Basically, had one big pullback, and it's been going up since. Slight pullback here, but Jay basically called and said just going to continue to go up. Russell, I believe Russell's also at a daily high. Oh yeah, it's been a while since I adjusted the Russell. Kind of forget about the Russell. Let's see what agriculture's doing. I'm gonna try to still have agriculture on a. I still have soybean oil on a Renko. It's been kind of down then sideways since the open. Corn's down. Copper coming down. So copper came down, gave us a short signal, rode the SMA line, and now it's coming. And now it's pulling back down again. Ooh, big move here on gold. Heading back up. So that short signal definitely would have been bad. 2 points on these two candles total. Still in that tight range though, if you can see here. This is just bouncing band to band basically. Beatles to the Stones, band to band. Showing my age maybe. Coming up on 10:15. Stream for another anywhere between another 15 minutes to another 45 minutes, depending on what happens. So gold though, let's see, 81.7 to 82.7. That would another 10 ticks we could have got out of that. UltraBond, it's kind of sideways and bouncing band to band. It's kind of hard to play right now. Crude, short signal, below all the recent lows. So maybe we're getting, let's see, let's find a crude chart. Maybe we should do a micro crude. I have a crude chart, crude. There's crude dog. Being a little bit skittish this morning, I guess. Renko, now I want minute chart. And a 1 minute. Okay. So there's micro crude. 3. Sell the ask. Oops. Crap. Sell market. Okay, so we're filled 3 micros, so 30% of a normal contract. as it heads down. So I'm gonna watch it make me regret not doing a regular contract. By the time I got that chart set up, I was behind the game. This candle opened at 86. I didn't get into 78, so I should be up instead of down right now. Oops. Let's see if this continues to move down. It's hesitating here. It looks like it wants to go back up. Maybe not. Total of $9. Right now we're up. Uh, yeah. Well, it's going kind of sideways here. Oh, big pullback near. It's halfway to my stop now. Okay, it stopped me out. $30 loss. Nothing's working today for me. Now, like I said, I did get in that trade late. My stop loss would have been at 96 instead of where it was. Now it'd still be in this trade. Maybe I should have moved it there. Because here it's coming back down. Came up, stopped me out, and it's going back my direction. Frustrating day. NQ pulled back by 21 points in this last 1 minute candle. probably gonna wrap up here soon. I'm not seeing anything. Nothing. It seems like everything's kind of quiet now, and got background noise that I can't deal with. Gold here. So this buy signal, it was sideways. So I said I didn't want to take it. It's gone up. Looks like it went up 13. It's trying to go up more. That was a little scary. Ninja Trader lost connection for a second. It's back now. I heard connection lost, and then the sound that it reconnected. I don't know. Nothing seemed to happen on the stream, I don't think. Everything looks good there. So that's kind of weird. Everything looks good there. Kappa trying to move upwards. UltraBond trying to again pull up. You can see we've been in a range here now for the past 20 minutes or so. Up, down, left, right. AB start. It looked like, I feel like this was a frustrating morning, and yet I don't. When I look back and see these signals, this one would have been beautiful, this one would have been beautiful, this one would have been beautiful, that one would have been beautiful. It's just like I just missed opportunities and took the wrong opportunities. And that does make the day frustrating. Gave back over 30% of my profit from last week. But tomorrow's another day. Next stream is tomorrow evening. Hopefully Hopefully I have a better day Thursday morning, Friday morning. UltraBond again, trying to get attention. Another buy signal. You know, came up, this big move up, got up here exhausted at 201.14. Came up here again to 201.14, came down. Now we just hit a high of 201.10. Pulling back. This buy signal obviously would have only gotten us 2 ticks. This short signal I wouldn't have taken no matter what because of coming up downtrending and uptrending bands. This one, this one I might have taken honestly if I'd been paying attention, but that would have failed. Nothing's giving us much follow through. And again, failed is a relative term. It would have given us 4 ticks. So, this is where I maybe need to adjust and come up with better parameters of like smaller profit target, smaller stop loss. Oops. The thing is, like 2 ticks do, 2, 3, 4 ticks can add up. But the problem is, if you're keeping your stop loss at like 10 ticks, you need like 3, 4 trades to match one. Now, copper did give us a short signal. It looks like that one's working. It's gone down 5 ticks. NQ again. NQ looks like it's trying to move back up. Buy signal here. So are we at a high of the day again? I believe we are. Should we try again? Should we tempt fate? NQ chart. Looking for the NQ chart. There it is. Buy the bid. Maybe. No. Pulling back first. Oops, only went one. Do a 30 point. I want that candle to turn green before I take it. There we go. Maybe. Okay, we're filled here. Let's just see what it gives us. Immediate pull gives us an immediate pullback. This will be the last trade I take today, most likely. See what it does. We are just about back to break even. And pulling back. It's fluctuating. You know, I changed that order quantity to 1 and it went back to 2. I swear I changed it to 1. I wonder I'm going up and down by so much. Well, now I'm going to manage this more carefully because I don't want to take a $120 loss on a 30 point drop. See what we do. It seems like it's struggling right here at this level. 281 is where it's struggling. I moved the stop loss up by 5 points. Yep, this is... It's trying again. We're in at 16,280. It's struggling at 81. I don't want to cut it there. See if we can make it above. Oh, there we go. Now we're seeing some upwards momentum, hopefully. Nope. Got smacked back down again. Got up to 84 that time. I have a resistance line drawn at 296. I'm not sure why. Not sure how far back that resistance line goes. Let's see if we can pinpoint it. Oh, it's more than a few days. Yeah, no idea how far back it goes. The hope here is that it's consolidating for another move upwards. Copper trying to send me a signal here. Up, we're seeing some upward momentum here on NQ. Oh, there we go. Maybe, 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 maybe. Let's check with AA. Copper's trying to give us a buy signal, but all eyes on NQ right now. This trade's up 50 bucks. So let's go quickly hunt for this 296 level to see what it is. Let's go to a daily chart. I have a lot of, wow, holy crap, I have a lot of lines drawn out. Let's get rid of some of these because, well, 296 is here, or 290, yeah, right here. This is that. So I don't know what, I mean, haven't been there since the first. Seems like it wasn't that big of a deal. It broke through. So we'll go back to the 1 minute chart. And there we go. Now we're moving. Stop losses moved up 6 ticks above my entry point. See if it can continue to. This trade is up $66. We're guaranteed only right now 6 points of profit, but let's see if it can continue. It just hit 16,300. If it breaks through there, that's just always a psychological point. Even numbers. Market loves even numbers. struggling right there. Let's see if it can make it. If not, don't want to pull it early if it's going to give me more. There we go. Continuing to move upwards. 301. We're, my stop loss is now 9 points in the profit. Gold giving us a signal down. Just keeping our eyes on NQ, which is pulling back here a bit. Back to 96. This is our bigger pullback that we've seen in this move. Ooh, big pullback. Okay, and pull back to our trailing stop. So I should have taken the bigger when it was up here at right around 300, because I said that was a psychological area and could bounce off, and that's exactly what it did. It hit 303 and then pulled back. So I'm not really managing trades real well. I did make about 30 bucks on that trade. But was as much as 80 at one point. So today was not the greatest day. As you can see, the UltraBond did give us some good signals here. This would have been an excellent move. This was an excellent move. But we're going to call it a day there. Hopefully, I'll do better trading tomorrow. I do thank you for joining me, and I hope that you'll join me again when I hope I give you some better examples next time. Uh, we'll make this loss back tomorrow. So join me tomorrow night, or Thursday morning, or Friday morning. Have yourselves a great day, and I'll talk to you then. Bye.